journey back in time to the land of Russia and follow the story of beautiful Anastasia. She carries a secret about her true identity, a secret which takes her and her musical instrument friends on a wonderful adventure. UAV Entertainment proudly presents The Secret of Anastasia. As she sets out to prove to the world who she really is, Anastasia encounters both friends and foes.
Stand firm, Anastasia. Remember who you are.
She is torn between two suitors, the dashing Ikonovich and the worldly Prince Paul, one of whom is out to destroy her. But Anastasia is not the only one hiding something. The magical instruments have a powerful secret of their own, and once it is revealed, it will change Anastasia's life forever.
In the sun, we'll soon live free. In the sun.
Included free with the purchase of The Secret of Anastasia, an audio CD sampler valued at $9.99. Enjoy a variety of songs from UAV's best-loved children's movies.
Everything looks beautiful in my world. Birds sing, the sky is blue. Everything I know is true. There must be something more than this. This sordid life I wouldn't miss. We're so happy that an housework is never done.
How do you make a puppy smile?
You'll be with me in my heart.
I'll be king of the gods.
Get your copy of The Secret of Anastasia and other UAV Gold movies today. They're great entertainment values. Because he has abused his mighty powers, young Hercules is banished from Mount Olympus by his father Zeus. In order to return, he must prove himself worthy by facing 4 deadly challenges on Earth. UAV Entertainment is proud to present The Amazing Feats of Young Hercules.
I hereby present you with these 4 challenges. Perform them all. Only then shall I grant you freedom to seek the adventure you crave.
It's a daunting task, especially with the evil stepmother Hera intervening to make him fail. Follow the perils and adventures of Hercules and sidekick Felina the Ferret as they encounter one hideous beast after the next. Huge buzzards with razor-sharp feathers, a cold-hearted 3-headed dragon, the snake-haired monster that freezes to stone anyone who gazes upon it, and the enormous serpent that guards the golden apple tree. See how young Hercules discovers a quality more important than muscle and brawn. The Amazing Feats of Young Hercules is available now. Remember when childhood wishes became dreams fulfilled? A simpler time with simpler pleasures. When family and home were the center of the world. Come back to those times in Where the Red Fern Grows, a classic story of family, love, heartfelt loss, and learning life's lessons. In Red Fern Part 2, Wilfred Brimley stars and continues the family traditions of passing on a lifetime of wisdom. The wholesome message is told once again with the help of 2 red-boned coonhounds, Old Dan and Little Ann.
You gonna be able to run with my dogs?
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Let's do ourselves a little hunting. Whoa! Let's go!
Join us for the magic of the Red Fern once again in Where the Red Fern Grows, Part 2. Where the Red Fern Grows, Parts 1 and 2, available from UAV Entertainment. It is days before Christmas, and all is well with Santa's elves at the North Pole, until disaster strikes. Irv the elf is trapped, and he is the only one who can make Santa's reindeer fly. Who will rescue Irv? And who will save Christmas?
Christmas is gonna be a lot different from now on.
UAV Entertainment is proud to present Christmas in Cartoontown, an all-new holiday musical adventure. Your family will love this funny, magical Christmas classic featuring an all-star cast of fairy tale characters. There's Cinderella, a shoo-in to meet her prince. Snow White, an apple a day keeps the witches away. Pinocchio, the funniest character by a nose. Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk, a giant success. The Wicked Witch, she loves children. Well done. Our two heroes, Alex and Heidi. And of course, Jolly Santa himself. Christmas in Cartoontown is full of laughs, drama, original music,
Small packages.
And you're the smallest of all.
Ain't it the truth?
and a wonderful, heartwarming ending that reminds us all of the true meaning of Christmas. Christmas in Cartoontown, now available from UAV Entertainment.
Budgie's a little helicopter. He is brave, a little hero. Budgie and friends are always working hard together. Pip and Chuck and Lionel in a new adventure.
Budgie!
Rockets and roaches. Oh, Budgie's a little helicopter. He is nifty, look at him go, it's Budgie, the little helicopter.
Now, a video extra for all Nickelodeon viewers. Join us as we decipher Lassie's secret code. Ever wonder how Timmy and Lassie communicate? Simple. Timmy knows Lassie's secret code. Now, you can too. Just listen carefully and see if you can understand exactly what Lassie's got to say. Ready? Did that mean A, come quickly, B, two men are trapped in the forest, one's got a light concussion and the other needs wood splints, or C, woof? Think hard. The answer will be revealed following Lassie's first episode.
Starring June Lockhart, Hugh Riley, John Provost as Timmy, and, of course, Lassie.
Someday there'd be an animal church, so Lassie could go and we do. Yeah, and Mike could go too. And Willie Brewster could bring her goose. Yeah.
Now that'd be an interesting sight. No doubt the sermon would be delivered with a bark, bark, bark and an honk, honk, honk.
But that way Lassie wouldn't have to be left out alone on Sunday.
Well, being alone once in a while is good for all of us. It gives us a chance to meditate.
Well, maybe that's what Lassie does while we're at church. I'll have dinner ready in just a few minutes. Fancy chocolate fudge layer cake and a lemon meringue pie. Good, oh, here, I'm sorry. We're going to serve refreshments after the groundbreaking ceremonies for the church social hall, and thank you, just trying to figure out what I should bring. Certainly am glad that the church is getting its building started.
Seems like a big project for a small community.
And we're not glad about it, because they got to dig up the churchyard to build it. And that's why we're not having our Sunday school carnival. Why couldn't they build it some other day?
Well, it depends upon the contractor's schedule. They want to finish before the rainy season starts.
Say, why couldn't we have it in our yard? Yeah!
Here?
In our barnyard?
Well, why not?
We could have pop and ice cream, just like they were going to have in the churchyard.
Oh, we could even put up booths. Well, why not?
Yeah.
Well, now, I've heard everything. Paul, you know, we got that North 40 to do and the pruning. Where are we going to get time to fiddle around with the carnival?
You're right. We don't have the time to spare.
Hey, you give up mighty easy, don't you?
You just sounded so convincing, Uncle Petrie.
Well, you gonna let these youngsters be cheated out of their carnival because of a few extra little chores in between our regular work? Well, no, sir. By golly, I won't allow that.
Well, if you don't think it'll be too much, I'm for it.
Look, if the Sunday school is supposed to have its carnival now, then I say they're gonna have it.
What are they laughing at? I guess they think something's funny.
Well, Timmy, it was a wonderful idea, and I'm sure that we'll all have a fine time. Hi, boys.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mrs. Martin.
I need 2 volunteers to taste some cookies I just made from a new recipe.
I volunteer. Me too.
Good. In you go. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Boomer. Your mother said you could stay for supper.
Yippee! My mom says they're going to give a prize for the best booth at the carnival.
Well, it's not a prize, Boomer. It's an honor. The one who has the best booth will help break ground for the new social hall.
It's like helping to build it. That doesn't sound fair to me. I think the one that wins ought not to do anything.
Well, no, you don't build it. You just turn a little dirt and make a speech.
A speech? Speech?
Well, before you boys start worrying about your speech, don't you think you ought to decide what sort of a booth you're going to have?
Can we make one together, like Hassie's?
Yes, if you like, that's a good idea. And the sooner you get started, the better.
What's that for? A hammer to hammer nails. I know that, but what'd Lassie give it to you for? Well, she thinks we can have a nail hammering booth. Good girl, Lassie. I guess nail hammering's too hard. Give me a nail. Let me try. No, it's too easy. Hey! How about ring toss? Let's try it. Come on, Lassie. Hold it up. Guess this is far enough. She moved. No, she didn't. Now it's my turn. That time she helped. I guess she did sort of wiggle it around a little. Thanks, girl. Ring toss is no good either. You think of anything? No. Do you? Mm-mm.
Timmy, Boomer, supper.
And we gotta beat the other kids.
Well, why is it so important to beat everyone?
Because we have to win the honor.
Oh, I see. Well, it's for a good cause. I guess we can encourage a little friendly rivalry.
You know, we once had a carnival with a goldfish pitching concession. How about that?
Goldfish? How'd you grab onto them?
Onto them?
The goldfish. Weren't they pretty slippery?
Oh, no, you don't pitch the goldfish. You pitch pennies into a bowl that has a goldfish in it. And if you get the penny in, you get to keep the goldfish.
That sounds pretty good. But where do we get the goldfish?
Well, there's some in the pet shop in Calverton.
Let's do that. We'll need lots of bowls.
You don't need real bowls. You can use quart cans and things like that.
Well, let's start collecting. May we be excused?
Yes, you may both be excused. Well, while they're collecting, I guess we better see what we can contribute to the White Elephant booth.
Got 3 jars. Everybody was using theirs, or they already gave them away.
I'll tell you what, son. There's some empty coffee cans up above the workbench in the barn. You can empty those out into paper bags and use them.
How many do we have, Dad?
Oh, I don't know, son. But Boomer, I'll bet you could find some over at your house, too.
That's right. My mom said we had a whole bunch of them. I gotta go home now. Thanks for supper. Goodbye.
Bye, Boomer.
Bye, Boomer.
Goodbye, Boomer.
We can really get started tomorrow.
Timmy, come on now, dear. It's time you got to your studying.
I'll go get my book, Mom. Come on, Lassie.
Oh, the trials and tribulations of carnival workers.
Hi, Dad, Uncle Petrie. Hi. Can we build our booth today? We know just how we want it to be.
You certainly have a couple of eager beavers here.
Well, judging from the way you've been making cake for the cake booths, they're not the only ones.
Oh.
Hey, we'll have these booths up in no time flat. I remember a time once when I won a contest putting up a barn.
Let me show you something else we got.
Oh, Paul. What is it? Oh, bunting. Oh, Paul, it's beautiful.
Can we have some of it on our booth, too?
Oh, we're going to have bunting on all the booths.
Not if we don't get on with unloading that stuff.
Coming, Uncle Petrie.
I've got cakes in the oven, too.
How about here? Let me try. You hit it. Then it's too easy. I missed. That's good. Now all we need is a goldfish. Let's ask Dad. He might drive us into Calverton.
Yeah, these ought to hold up for more than just this carnival.
Well, maybe the church can store them and use them again next year. They've always had to rent them in the past.
Now, that'll save them some money.
We're ready to buy the goldfish, Dad.
Well, it'll have to wait till I get through here.
Have you figured out how many you're going to need?
Well, Boomer has $1, and I have 87 cents. How many do you think that'll buy?
Oh, about 8 or 10, I guess.
8 or 10? We got 60 jars.
Well, goldfish cost at least 15 cents apiece, you know.
Yeah, they aren't minnows, you know.
What are we gonna do?
Wait a minute. Minnows?
Minnows?
Uncle Petrie's got an idea. You could use minnows instead of goldfish.
And they do right well in captivity, meaning in their jars.
But who wants minnows?
Oh, it's really not the prize that counts. It's the game and the cause.
Are you two the best fishermen around here or not?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I think you are. Now, why don't you go on down to the lake and catch about 100? And I'll wager you'll do as well with them as you would with goldfish.
Okay, let's go. who's coming. Phil, wonder what he's doing. Fishing? Don't you tell him we're going fishing for minnows to use instead of goldfish. I won't. He'd have the laugh on us. Hi. What'd you catch? Fish. Hey, you get away from there, Lassie. She doesn't eat raw fish. She just wants to see what you got. 'Cause she's a good fisherman, too. He's got minnows, lots of them. What do you got all those minnows for? For something. You're not gonna eat them. If you want to know, I'll tell you. I'm having a minnow pitching booth. Come on. I thought you were going fishing. No, we got better things to do. What have we got to do that's better? Nothing. We got our booth all built and the carnival's tomorrow. What are we gonna do? I don't know.
Say, how about balloon popping?
Oh, say, that's a good idea. Oh, no, it's too late. Can't buy the balloons now. The store's already closed.
Hey, I got an idea.
What?
I got something that'll make the rootin' tootin'est booth you ever saw. You wait right here. Excuse me, Lassie.
Wow, what's that mysterious-looking contraption?
You'll see. Now, if this here group will just stay here a few seconds, mere fraction of a minute, I'll show you one of the mysteries of the ages. All of you except Timmy, that is. Come on, boy. Come, Lassie.
Mrs. Martin, how's that thing gonna help us get a booth?
Well, I don't know, Boomer. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
You know Uncle Petrie. When he gets his mind on something, he won't tell us till he's ready.
Will the chosen ones enter? May I present Swami Timmy. He knows all, sees all, and will tell the fortune of each and every one of you for the painfully small sum of just 1 penny.
Step right up, folks. Learn the future. Hello, Jenny. This is me, Timmy Martin. Will you please ring Bud Halsey's house? Hello, Bud. I wanted to remind you about the carnival. You're coming, aren't you? Well, they're gonna have everything and something extra special. So bring all your brothers and sisters. Bye. Hello, Jenny. This is me again, Timmy. You're coming to the carnival, aren't you? Well, my mom's making her best cakes for the cake sale. Thank you. I'll tell her. And I'll tell her to save you a coconut layer. Bye.
You make your own price, but this is a very old antique, you know. Yeah, how you doing, Ruth?
Oh, pretty good, Uncle Petrie.
No sense keeping 2 in the attic.
Thank you very much.
How much have you got? Only 16 cents. I guess nobody wants to know their future.
How are chances of getting a fortune told around here?
You don't have to give us business just because I'm your son.
Oh, doesn't anybody want to have their fortune told?
They think we're just guessing.
Oh.
I know how you feel, Lassie, but... Say, I got an idea. No, we can't leave the booth.
It's all right. I'll mind the store.
Gee, thanks, Dad. Come on, Boomer, you too, Lassie.
Who'd have thought they'd fight to make a speech? Oh, well, the one with the winning booth gets to make a speech at the groundbreaking ceremonies.
Yeah, they're certainly an enterprising pair.
Here, here, step right up, everybody. Who's next? Next, who's next? Step right up, everybody. Step right up. Here, here, everybody. Step right up, folks. Have your fortune told by the only dog Swami in the world. Go on, ask any question. I want to know if I look funny with my braces. Will I look pretty after my teeth are straightened? Thank you, Swami. Step right up. Don't be shy. Have your fortune told.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, looks like an awful lot of people will be eating cake tonight.
Everybody seems to be having a good time. Look, most of the booths are all sold out.
Well, there's one that's doing a lot of business. The Swami.
We almost got $1. And there's more kids yet.
Just goes to show you what a little imagination will do. Lassie is doing a land office business.
You heard the man, Lassie. What do you think? She said yes. Next.
Well, now, Miss Brown, how about this? This is a very rare, well, it's a bird at least, but look nice on your mantelpiece. Yes, sir. It's, well, it's not too long and it's not too short. It ought to be just about right, huh? Well, I don't know. It's very cheap. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. Thanks very much. Oh, my, that looks delicious. I'll take that one.
Oh, thank you. Good. I'll put it in the box for you. What's the matter? Something wrong?
I can't find my wallet. I know I had it.
Well, just a minute. I'll come out and help you look for it.
I shouldn't have carried that much money with me, but I was afraid to leave it at home. We've looked everywhere.
There's Paul. He'll tell us what to do.
Answer the question, Swami.
Well, I just can't believe that anybody would find it and not turn it in to us.
Well, under normal circumstances, I'd agree. But there are quite a few strangers around here. Maybe I better just look for it once more. Perhaps you skipped over it somewhere in your excitement.
Well, that's right. We have been pretty upset.
And would you take this into the house with you, please?
Oh, sure.
Have your fortune told by the only dog Swami in the world. She's good. Let's see her tell my fortune. She's not even looking for my fortune. I want my penny back.
Lassie, stop it. Lassie, get off there. Lassie.
Well, you made a mistake that time. I wanted you to take my wallet.
Let's see what you got in your pockets, you varmint.
There's my wallet.
You better call the sheriff, Uncle Petrie.
Yeah.
You others will get your wallets as soon as the sheriff gets here. He'll need them for evidence. And, well, the rest of you go on back and go on with the party, huh?
I'll bet if he came to Lassie, she would have told him that he was going to have a bad fortune. Wouldn't you, girl?
Take a look out here.
Oh, look. They're practicing for their big moment.
Now my partner, Boomer. Ralph Feats. Now I'd like to introduce Lassie, the only dog Swami in the world. She's going to help us break ground for the new social hall.
Have you deciphered Lassie's secret code? Here's your clue again. Listen closely. The answer, B. Two men are trapped in the forest. One's got a light concussion and the other needs wood splints. It's not to be confused with... Which means that low-flying aircraft is dangerously violating FAA regulations. Now, for extra credit, can you translate this? The answer after Lassie's next episode.
Starring June Lockhart, Hugh Riley, John Provost as Timmy, and, of course, Lassie.
How do we look?
Oh, simply scrumptious. You know, we should go to the school association meetings more often.
Yes, indeed. Reminds me of what a pretty family I've got.
You smell good.
Shaving lotion.
Remember when you bought me this?
I sure do. It was the time you forgot it was your birthday.
Yes, but you remembered. What's all that about?
Lassie wants to smell pretty, too.
Well, girls will be girls. Here you are.
You smell delicious.
Better take this. Never can tell, you know.
Never can tell what.
Whether we win or not. It's a raffle ticket.
What's a raffle?
You You better tell him. He'll be asking questions all the way there.
Well, a raffle's a way of raising money, Skipper. You see, in this case, the school needs new recreation equipment, so somebody donates a prize. Everybody sells a lot of tickets, and the school gets its recreation equipment, and the holder of the lucky ticket wins the prize.
What'll we win?
Oh, such optimism. I never won a raffle in my life.
It's a piano. Mrs. Adams is moving to a smaller place, and she donated it, you see, and...
What does donate mean?
Well...
Hey, is this raffle today or tomorrow?
You get in the car, and I'll explain it to you on the way.
Okay. Come on, Lassie.
Young minds are full of curiosity, you know.
Let's go.
All right. Oh, here. Mustn't forget this. Don't let me forget to put this stub in the box.
And now, the last point on our agenda, and what you've all been waiting for, the raffle. I know you'll be delighted to hear that our fund drive is over the top, so you all deserve E for effort. In particular, I'd like to mention Mrs. Castro, a newcomer to our community, who sold over 15 books.
Bought most of them myself.
Now, if we can get someone to come up, we'll have the drawing. Maybe one of the children. Well, now, let me see. How about the smallest child? Timmy's the smallest. Well, it looks like we have 2 volunteers.
This is Lassie. She's my dog. What is it, girl? Maybe Lassie wants to draw a ticket.
Lassie?
She can do it.
Well, if you're sure.
Go ahead, Lassie. Pick a ticket. Pick a ticket. Go on, Lassie. Go on. That's a good girl.
Well, thank you, Lassie. Now, let's see. Who has number 426?
What's our number?
Oh, 426. Oh, my goodness, I have it. It's mine.
Well, go on up, Ruth. Go on.
It seems to be Martin night.
There you are.
426. That's the winning ticket, all right. Congratulations, Mrs. Martin.
Oh, Mrs. Pfeffer, thank you very much. My goodness, I'm just so excited. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, suppose we have Mr. Martin come up and a few other of you Huskies so we can get this piano out on the truck.
Well, now they're all up there.
Hi, Paul, isn't it just wonderful?
Certainly is.
Well, that's a mighty smart dog they've got. That's all I can say.
Is that far enough?
Well, let's see. Can't you move your end over a little more, Uncle Petrie?
I can't go anymore. My back's up against the couch now.
Oh, all right.
Okay, Mom?
Hmm? Oh. I guess so. Maybe we could put the couch against that wall over there.
Ruth, we've had it against that wall before.
Hmm? Oh, yes, that's right. Well, then, look, let's put this table over there.
Too bad they couldn't make that prize a guitar.
Uncle Petrie, I thought you were a music lover.
Oh, I still got an ear for music, but not the back.
Okay, Uncle Petrie. Shove. Quick, grab that lamp.
How's that?
Well, I think it's all right for the time being.
Makes the room look kind of small.
Oh, I don't care. I think it's so nice to have a piano in the house. I think I'll go phone Mrs. Graff.
Mrs. Graff?
Yes, I think Timmy should have piano lessons. You'd like to learn to play, wouldn't you?
Well...
Oh, of course you would. And Mrs. Graff is such a good teacher. I just hope she has the time.
So, you're gonna learn the piano, eh, Skipper?
I guess so.
If you ask me, I'd rather be playing a piano than moving it.
Well, you can have fun playing at all the parties. What's Lassie doing there?
She's still not sure Mom isn't gonna move it again.
You know something, Skipper? Neither am I.
Timmy, do you really call those hands washed?
Sure, Mom. You can see they're still wet.
And they're still dirty. Now, you go wash them again. Mrs. Graff will be here in a minute.
Okay.
Yoo-hoo! You home, Miss Martin?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Graff. How are you? Come on in.
Oh. Oh, my. Something smells awfully good.
It's my applesauce cake. Oh, I suppose you'd like to try the piano, wouldn't you? Come on, it's right in here in the parlor. Well, there it is. Isn't it a beauty?
Well, very nice tone. Of course, the way everybody's talking, you'd think it was a concert grand.
Talking?
Oh, my, yes. Isn't it ridiculous? Just because Lassie happens to be your dog. Oh, well, there's always some disgruntled person.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, this is your little boy.
Yes, Timmy, this is Mrs. Graff.
Hello, Mrs. Graff.
Now, you were saying...
Oh, my, what sensitive hands.
I just washed them. Twice.
Well, Timmy should make a fine pupil. Now, first thing, Mrs. Martin, we shall need some exercise books. And I've written them all down here on the back of my card.
Oh, fine. Well, I'll take care of that next time I'm in town.
Oh, fine. Now, in the meanwhile, Timmy, I'm going to show you some scales to practice. Won't that be fun?
Yes.
You see, Timmy, you have to practice to strengthen your little fingers and develop your technique.
Do you practice?
Oh, my goodness, yes. 2 or 3 hours a day.
Gosh.
Now, sit down right alongside me, Timmy, like a good boy.
Gee, Mom, we should have won a bigger bench.
Hey.
Well, I'll leave you two to get started.
Now, you watch. See? Now you try. Again. Goodbye, Timmy, and keep practicing. how's it going?
Oh, very nicely. I gave him some more scales to practice until you can get the books.
Oh, fine.
And the sooner he learns to discipline himself, the better. I told him to practice 10 more minutes before he stops.
Very good.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Martin. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Oh, wait, won't you stay for some tea?
Really, no.
And some applesauce cake?
Oh, that would be lovely.
Good. Well, you sit right there.
Good.
This is a new recipe I'm trying. I got it from Mrs. McCullum.
Oh, applesauce cakes is one of my favorites.
Good.
Oops.
Who are you looking at? You want to go outside and play, is that it? Well, I can't. See, I've got to practice, and it's your fault. Why didn't you pick someone else's ticket?
For heaven's sake, what's going on in there? Excuse me a minute, will you, while I go see?
Of course.
What's going on in here? I'm sure that's not the way Mrs. Graff told you to practice.
Gosh, Mom, I didn't know playing the piano was going to be so hard.
Oh, well, it won't be once you learn.
Gosh, Mom, Lassie doesn't like the piano much. It hurts her ears, I bet.
Well, those sour notes hurt my ears, too.
The piano's too big. It takes up the whole parlor. We gotta give it back.
Give it back?
Well, all the fellas teased me about it at school today.
Now, why should they tease you about the piano?
They said Lassie won it for us on some kind of a trick.
Oh, go on. Children say a lot of things they don't really mean.
Well, Freddie Morton said Willie's mother told his mother that somebody told her that...
Oh, now, wait a minute. You've lost me.
Well, somebody told somebody that the raffle was a fake.
Oh, well, don't you worry about such silly talk. You and I know better, don't we?
I tried to tell the fellas.
Well, why don't you just practice another 10 minutes or so, and then you and Lassie can go out and play.
Okay.
Timmy tells me that the children have been teasing him at school about the raffle. Is that what you were trying to tell me?
Oh, no one really believes that nonsense, Mrs. Martin. I'd just ignore it if I were you.
Yes, but these things don't start for themselves.
Well, I've been told there is some sort of protest petition going around to the school association.
A petition? Now, who'd do a thing like that?
It's that Mrs. Castro. It seems that she had an awful lot of tickets and... Oh, my goodness, look at the time. Oh, well, I almost clean forgot my 4 o'clock appointment. Well, now, I know you'll excuse me from eating and running, but after all, business is business. Excuse me. I mean, hello, Mr. Martin.
Graff, how are you? Hi, dear.
Hi.
Well, how's the maestro doing?
Oh, he's fine, I guess.
See. You want to hear a good laugh?
Yes, I could use one.
Well, while I was over irrigating the South Meadow, Josh Farrow drove by and he said he wanted to borrow Lassie.
Oh? What on earth for?
Well, he said he'd bought 2 raffle tickets on a car in Calverton. He wanted to use her for the drawing.
I don't think that's so funny.
What's the matter, Ruth?
Well, it seems there's a lot of talk going around that the raffle wasn't fair.
Is that all that's bothering you?
Mrs. Castro is even getting up a petition for the school association.
Now, Ruth, you're not really going to take such a thing seriously.
Well, I can't help it, Paul. Everybody's going to think that we won that raffle through some sort of a trick. Well, then they can just take their old piano away.
Well, nobody's going to believe that. Josh was just having a little fun. He wasn't serious. He knows that I understand he was just joking.
Well, Mrs. Castro isn't joking.
Well, then she was being a poor sport. You take my word for it. If we bring that piano back now, that'll only prove she's right. Look, I've got an idea. I have to go into town and get some seed. And while I'm there, I'm going to put an end to this ridiculous rumor once and for all.
I was going to ask you to order some music books for Timmy, but
Well, now I don't know what to do.
I'm finished. Hi, Dad.
Hiya, Skipper. You let me know what music books you want, and I'll get them for you.
Well, Timmy, will you bring me Mrs. Graff's card from my purse? I think I left it on the sofa. Oh, and bring me a pencil, too, will you? There's one in the drawer of the end table.
Okay. Music books. It's hard enough to read reading. Boy, but I could find Mom's purse with my eyes closed. Oh, so you want to smell pretty again. Well, you'll have to wait for Mom. She doesn't like me touching her perfume. Oh, I almost forgot the pencil. Oh, I got them all mixed up. Let's see. How do you spell crab? No, this one's from the hardware store. I can tell from the picture. What have you got there? Come on, give it to me. Mrs. Graff. How did you find this? You can't even read. Boy. You stay here. Mom, Dad, you gotta see something. It's real important.
Slow down now and tell us what it's all about.
You gotta see now. Come on. See all those cards?
Timmy, all I asked was that you bring me a pencil.
Now, one of those cards is Mrs. Graff's. Now, you watch this, Mom. Go on, girl. Pick it up. Bring it here. Take a look, Mom.
Well, it's Mrs. Graff's card. Now, how in the world did she...
Smell it.
It smells like my perfume.
That's because it was in your purse. And so is the raffle ticket.
That's right, they were.
And I bet Lassie smelled the perfume on it. And that's how she found it in the raffle.
Oh, Paul. Oh, this is awful.
And maybe this gossip isn't so ridiculous after all.
Well, we'll just have to send the piano back, I guess. I won't keep it if there's any doubt about it.
I'm going to call Mrs. Pfeffer and tell her we're coming right over. After all, she is president of the school association. She'll know what to do.
Oh. Such a lovely piano.
Gee, Mom, I'm sorry.
You know, Mr. Martin, you don't have to go through all this for me. I'm afraid you've let those foolish rumors upset you far more than's necessary.
Believe me, Mrs. Pfeffer, if I hadn't seen Lassie do this with my own eyes,
It's true. I saw it, too.
We'll soon see. I've got the stubs right here. Here we are. And if Lassie does it again, I'll have to admit that the nose is sharper than the eye.
Well, there's the perfume.
All right.
We'll put a drop of perfume on this one.
I'll even hold Lassie's eyes so she can't look.
Mark it with an X.
What happens if she misses?
Well, in that case, Timmy, you keep the piano, of course.
You hear that, Lassie? You better not miss. I mean...
All right, now, Timmy, you tell Lassie what to do.
Go ahead, Timmy.
All right, Lassie. Take the card. Go on. Take it to Mrs. Pfeffer, girl.
It's hard to believe. This is the ticket I marked. You have an extraordinary dog, Timmy. This certainly presents a most unusual circumstance.
Well, what should we do now?
Well, I suppose the best thing is to send out notices that we'll distribute new tickets for another drawing at our very next meeting.
Will you please give me a hand and send a couple of fathers to help move that piano back?
Indeed, I will.
Come on.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Mrs.
Bye.
Pepper.
Well, as you all know, because of what happened at our last meeting, we're going to have another drawing for the piano. Now, you've all received your new tickets. I think you'll all agree with me that we should take this opportunity to thank the Martin family for their very good sportsmanship. In particular, Timmy Martin for his excellent detective work. And now, if someone would please come up for the drawing. Maybe a little girl this time. Or better, Mrs. Castro. Would you come up, please? I think Mrs. Castro deserves the honor since she did sell the highest number of tickets. All right. 195. The winning number is 195.
Paul. Look, I have it. It's my number.
Oh, no. You didn't win again.
How are your muscles today?
Does anyone have number 195?
You do.
I have. Mrs. Pfeffer, well, I've been thinking, the piano is such a wonderful instrument. I think that it should go to the school for the benefit of all our children.
Thank you, Mrs. Martin. And may I say, I'm sure they'll accept your most generous offer. And now, don't you think it might be a nice idea if we could all hear how the piano sounds? How about it, Mrs. Graff? Would you give us a solo?
That was swell of you, Mom.
Well, I'm glad you think so, dear.
And Dad and Uncle Peter won't have to carry it home. And I won't have to practice.
Now, see here, young man, that piano's part of the school. And I'm sure that Miss Hazlitt will see to it that all the children have a chance to learn, including you.
Okay. It'd be nice to learn, I guess.
You will, Timmy. You just listen now to how beautiful the piano can sound.
Discover what Lassie's saying in secret code? Here's your clue again. The answer? That's just Lassie asking, if it's not too much trouble, could you please scratch my belly? Is there more? You bet. Keep your eyes and ears open, and you'll be amazed at how much can be said in Lassie's secret code.